Hey guys, if you can see me, please just write in the chat box that you can see me, and that would be really helpful before we get started. Okay, if you're there, please let me know. Technical, so I just understand who is on the line and who isn't. So if you could just write that you can see me before we get started. So I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything where I'm talking and you can't even hear me. Okay, Ina, can you hear me and see me okay? All right. All right, good. So I'm just going to get started because your time is precious. And I just want to applaud you for showing up and for being here. This is 4 weeks to fat loss. We are on week number 2. Last week, we really talked about how this program's going, what you're going to get, what we're going to cover. Tonight, we're talking about fitness that fuels fat loss along with foods as well. So there's some simple tips that I'm going to give you guys. If you have any questions at all, thank you, Michelle. Hi, Devaney. If you have any questions at all, you guys, please just post them in the chat box and I will get to them. So first and foremost, I'm Melissa Kathryn. I'm your host of 4 Weeks to Fat Loss. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, a fitness expert, a hypnotherapist, a best-selling author and speaker, and I've been coaching women in this for over a decade from around the world, helping them to lose weight and love their bodies. Most importantly, to get off the crazy dieting roller coaster and healing themselves of emotional eating and truly loving themselves from the inside out so that they can create a body and life that they love. I'm known for getting women unblocked and for really helping you to understand why you self-sabotage, which is what my book is all about, and how to get around that. There is nothing wrong with you whatsoever. And it's really not about more willpower or discipline. The truth is you're sitting there thinking, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. Or I once did this and it's no longer working for me. And the truth is it never worked, because if it did, you wouldn't be here. And if you knew what to do, but just weren't doing it, that also, there's nothing wrong with you. It's more so that the things that you're telling yourself you have to do don't feel good for you. And they're things that you don't want to do. Therefore, you don't do them. See, we all do what we want to do. And we don't do what we don't want to do. So it's about how can we create a formula that we can stick to that's actually going to get us the results that we want. And that is the difference, right? So this is not a diet program. I'm not telling you to restrict food. What I am doing is I'm educating you and I'm bringing awareness. The way my programs work and the way any coaching that I do works is the very first stage starts with awareness. You have to be aware of what you're doing and what you're not doing, right? To really truly understand what is getting in the way of you and weight loss. Because you guys, when it comes down to it, losing weight is not hard. It's not. We've all lost weight before. What's hard is keeping the weight off. What's hard is having life happen and not falling into old patterns. So how do we do that? We do that by adopting a lifestyle. And we do that by making small steps that lead to big results. So I always use the equation, if it's not attainable, it's not sustainable, it's not maintainable. Right? Last week when we talked, I said to you, if you're eating in a way that does not feel good for you, if you're eating foods that you don't enjoy, that you won't want to eat 3 months from now, 3 years from now, then you're not going to stick to it. The people that are most successful that work with me and that have the lasting results and get that body with ease, I always talk about effortless weight loss. They get there and they get that way because they actually look forward to the foods that they're eating. And the meals are so satisfying that they're not left feeling deprived Therefore, when you do, you're scrounging for your next meal. You're wondering, you can't stop thinking about, right, the next thing that you can eat because you're so dissatisfied and you're eating foods that are on your good food list instead of other things. The point is to find foods that are satisfying, right? So what I really want to start off with tonight, and I know I'm diving right in, and it's because we have a lot to cover, and I want to give you guys a lot of really good information that you can action right away. So ladies, portions. I was just talking about this with my group. Portions. There has to be a level of commitment, which is why you're here, right? Or you wouldn't be on the call. And it's not just about that, but we've really got to understand what our portions are. Portions have gone completely out of control in the United States. And I said this to you last week. For those of you that weren't with me last week, I'm going to say it again. The minute, we seem to have this thing with us where like the minute that there's a pang of hunger, we're like, where's that protein bar, right? Like, oh my God, I should have a meal. Like, we need to calm it down, bring it back, and allow ourselves to actually get in touch with the hunger, right? I work with my clients on understanding where is their hunger? What is that level of hunger? You want that level of hunger on a scale of 1 to 10 to be between a 7 and a 9. 10 is like, I will eat you if you're in front of me, right? Like, you know, you're just like, seriously, get out of my way because I'm hangry, right? Like shit's gonna go down, excuse my language. But like, I get hangry. Like if I get to a 10, people know, like, just don't talk to me. Like bad things are gonna happen. I'm gonna say things that I'm really gonna regret. Like, feed me now. I don't let myself go there, and if I do, it's scary, right? 7 to a 9 is what you want. That's hunger. That's when you're in touch with your body and you're going, okay, what am I hungry for? Because I'm gonna tell you, when you're really hungry, a 7 to a 9, you're not like, where's that Ben and Jerry's, right? You're like, give me a steak, give me a meal. I want my veggie, like you're wanting sustenance and you're wanting something that's gonna fuel you, right? So I want you to think about, you know, those meals that actually make you feel satisfied. What are things that you eat? Think about your day and how you have your week set up, right? And you're looking at your meals. How many of those meals actually leave you satisfied? And how many of them leave you hungry within 90 minutes to 2 hours, or leave you craving something sweet or salty? I want you to think about that. How many meals do you eat that leave you hungry within 90 minutes to 2 hours? And how many of them leave you unsatisfied and craving something sweet or salty? Is that breakfast, right? Does your breakfast make you feel tired? Is that your lunch? At dinner, do you just eat dinner and you're like, okay, roll me over, I'm ready for bed, right? Think about those things. Because if anything, the way that you eat, you should feel energized, right? So the way to know that you've eaten too much, and we talked about this last week, and we have that in the food journal that you guys all got on that PDF. How did you feel, right? I really hope that that was helpful for you guys and you put that into use this week, right? How did you feel after the meals that you're eating? So, and I really want you guys to get in touch with, ladies, keep saying you guys, ladies, I want you to ask yourself, are you eating the way that you're eating because you read that you should, or because of a diet that you subscribe to? Or are you eating the way that you're eating because it feels good for you? You will know if it feels good for you because you're happy, you have sustained energy, right? You have mental clarity and focus, and you're not left with food cravings. That's when you know that you are in harmony with your body and balanced. Okay, if you're experiencing the other side, then you're out of balance. You're eating some of the wrong foods, maybe too much at the wrong times. I don't want to overcomplicate things, because the truth is, eating for your body is not overcomplicated whatsoever. Oh, Kim, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really weird. This is the first time that I'm hearing that. Yes, of course. We will make sure to include last week's PDFs in the follow-up email. So you guys will have that as well, okay? And yeah, I didn't hear that from anybody else. So if you guys, if you're seeing that any files are corrupted, if you're having a problem with that for any reason, please email support@melissakathryn.com and we'll make sure to get you guys that. So again, I really want to applaud you for showing up, and we're here to support you. Okay? You got it, Kim. Okay. So this is about getting in touch with our hunger. This is about, right, really recognizing, am I eating in a way that fuels my body? Get away from the macros and the 40% and the 30%, and I need more fats, and I was told I need to have a ton of fats, and I should be eating 6 meals a day. I want you guys to get in touch with your body. When you truly eat in alignment with your body, weight will fall off you so quickly. It will, your words to me will be, I don't know what I was doing all these years. If I knew it was this easy, right, I would have never gone about things the way that I did. I can't tell you how many emails I get, how many comments, how many times I hear this. If I only knew it was this easy, right, I can't believe that I made myself feel that way for that many years, right? And trust me, I felt the same way when I did this, right? When I created this method, I was like, where have I been? Like, it's so easy. What have I been doing? Why have I been making this such a struggle? And I swear there's something with women. We think things need to be really hard. We make things overly complicated because we have this, you know, chromosome that's like, overanalyze everything, make it difficult. Don't. Simplify, go back to the basics. It's the same thing with working out. You're gonna see that in the workouts that I have for you tonight. It's the same thing with food. Go back to the basics. Honestly, ladies, your body needs water. Your body needs vegetables. It needs protein. It needs fruits. It needs healthy fats. You'll know if you've eaten too much because you'll be tired and you won't feel good. You know when you eat the wrong foods. I had a woman in my group today. I'm having everybody post pictures of their food to really understand about portions and different things that are going on. She posted a picture of cake, and she's like, after I ate it, I wanted to lay down under my desk in a ball because it was like a sugar explosion. And we've cleaned up her body so much that it doesn't feel good for her anymore, right? You'll know when foods don't work for you. And the truth is, I guarantee many of you are eating things that you know aren't good for you and that you know hurt you, but you don't want to give them up because you feel like you're depriving or having to give up something, and you're frustrated about that. I want you to think about what you're getting in return, right? So I have another client, I'll call her Micah, okay. So she's, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. So, anyway, she was just saying, you know, she's like, Melissa, just eating this way, I can't believe, like, I didn't want to give up my corn chips and salsa, and I didn't want to give up these foods. Like, she's like, I felt like I was giving up, and she's like, and now she's like, it wasn't giving up anything. I feel so good. I don't want them. You know, I don't want to go back there. That's where I want you ladies to get. Right? That's what I want you to see. Think about what you'll get in return and shift your mindset from what you're giving up to what you're getting. Okay? Because that's the truth. And I can tell you right now, nothing is going to feel better than waking up each morning knowing that you look sexy and hot as hell in everything that you put on, and that you feel that way in everything that you put on, that you can slip into it with ease. There isn't a bulge, there isn't a bump, there isn't something that's too tight, there's no gap in the waistband, there's no pulling on the thighs, right? There's no pulling across the hips. Everything fits. You want to show your arms, you want to show your legs, right? Like, you guys, ladies, this is what we're going for. That is so much better than what you think you're giving up, because the foods that are hurting you are doing more than just hurting you and causing belly bloat. They're hurting you up here, right? And every time you eat them, it's like a slap in the face to yourself saying, I'm not worth it. I'm not deserving. I'm not deserving of having this body, and I'm going to keep standing in my way. And that's just another sign and lack of love for you. And that's where I really want to tell you that, ladies, we have to stop. We have to stop doing that to ourselves. You deserve to feel incredible in your body. You deserve it, right? Why be fine when we deserve fabulous? That's what you deserve. So when we're looking at portions, there's a few things. One, if you're eating portions that you wouldn't want to eat in front of people, that is your first indication that you're eating more than you need. Another thing that I want to tell you, and this is really important, because if you've been a dieter, then if you're any of my Weight Watchers girls out there, I was one of them. I know the points to everything. You know, you learned that there were free foods. Veggies are free foods. So it's like a veggie free-for-all all the time. It's like, oh, I can eat, like binge eat vegetables. What I do want to say is this. Pay attention to the habits that you're creating. Because when we're just eating mindlessly, even if it's vegetables, are you still overeating where you don't need to be? Is food still filling a purpose and a void for you, right? Remember what I said last week? Where there's lack, you'll fill the gap with food. It's like one of my main mantras. Where there's lack, we will fill the gap with food. I don't care if it's Cheetos or if it's sliced peppers. If you're sitting going like this and like this and like this and are not mindful, right? Then there's a reason for that. So I really want you to understand that there's a connection there. So I want you to think about right now, what are the foods that you eat endlessly, that you eat in bulk, and when are you doing that, right? So if anybody just wants to put in the chat box, what would be some of those foods for you and some of those situations? And when I just spoke about free foods, did that speak to anybody? That concept of free foods and just making ginormous amounts of vegetables and other things. If it does, just post, and I'd be interested to know. So when we're looking at portions, if you're eating in a way that is embarrassing to other, like you wouldn't want to eat all of that food, then in front of somebody else, then you know that that's an issue. What I really want you to understand are, you guys have a measuring cup right here, okay? This is how much protein you should have. That's 4 ounces right here. This is 6, this is 8, and this is 10, right here to here. Palm to top of my middle finger, okay? So when you're looking at the amount of protein, you should have protein at every meal. So if you're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right, 4 ounces, depending on your physical activity. If you are strength training heavily, right, and you are working out diligently, let's say that you're somebody that works out 6 times a week and you strength train heavy 3 times a week, then you might want 5 ounces of protein. But for the average woman, it's about 3 to 4 ounces. That's right here. That's your palm, okay? So you want to think about that. The amount of fat that you should have is your thumb. That's from the bottom of your thumb to the tip of your thumb. This is nut butter, avocado, butter, cheese, right? Any of your fats. This is where this is going. Any oils, right? So you just want to think about that. It's a golf ball essentially, right? Half a golf ball is 1 tablespoon. Double a golf ball is 2, right? Depending on your height and your weight, you're going to want 1 to 2 tablespoons per meal of a healthy fat, right? So you just want to think about those things. This is how much 2 hands cupped is how many green vegetables you should be having, right? So just think about, like, put your 2 hands down. That's 2 hands cupped, right? That is your green vegetables. 1 hand cupped, this is your brown rice, your quinoa, your sweet potatoes, your potatoes. Any starches are going in here. Green leafy vegetables, starches, Brussels sprouts, right? You want to think about anything of that nature. That's going right here, okay? This is your spinach. This is your kale. This is asparagus, cucumbers, peppers, things of that nature. Over here are more of the starches, right? So that's at a meal. When you're looking at your snacks, you want to have about 2 ounces of protein, right? So that's just half the size of your palm, 2 ounces of protein, right? So I talked about what's great for breakfast. So a few ideal breakfast options, 20 grams of protein that we've talked about, right? That's 1 scoop of protein powder. So a great smoothie that's just super simple that I love is just a cup of almond milk, ice, a little bit of water, depending on how thick you like it, a scoop of vanilla protein powder. I love VegaSport. It's gluten-free, it's soy-free, it's clean. I personally like that, but I don't do dairy. So another great protein is whey. Whey, an isolated whey. So an isolated whey is ideal, especially cleaner. Whey protein is ideal because it will build lean muscle more quickly than any other protein. Egg white would be the next, and then I'd say go to a plant-based. It depends on what you can tolerate. J-Rob has a great egg white protein powder. If you can tolerate whey, go for an isolated whey protein powder. Why do I like protein powders? Because they mix. You can put them into oatmeal. You can bake with them. You can make protein pancakes. So I'm throwing a lot of things at you, so I hope you're writing. I'll get back to my favorite smoothie in a second. But a great paleo protein pancake recipe is literally 1 banana, a scoop of protein powder, and a little bit of water. And you can cook those. It turns into a batter. Put it right in a pan. You can take those with you to the gym. You can have those as a pre or post-workout, or just have them at breakfast. Add a little bit of nut butter on top, and you've got a rounded out, beautiful, beautiful meal for yourself. Make it with some coconut oil. Cook it in a coconut oil so that's immediately converted into energy instead of being stored as fat. Devaney, why I said that about Brussels sprouts, just so you know, is because Brussels sprouts are high in carbs, and generally eating this much of them is difficult on one's digestive tract, more so, but it's not, I mean, they're great. I love Brussels sprouts, you know this. But, you know, in terms of at night, I would go for this serving instead of this, right? And that also depends on what you're doing, you know, with your body and how it reacts to things, and also to what your nightly activity is, definitely. And that's, you know, it also depends on how they're prepared. You know, a lot of times people are doing Brussels sprouts and they cook them with a lot of oil, and then they put nuts and pancetta and this and that, in which case a half a cup. You know, if you're sauteing them in a little bit of butter and garlic, you know, you could do too. You want to pay attention to the preparation, right? People also do cheesy spreads, and they're deep fried, and they're like, especially when you get them out. So that's a different story. So you just want to pay attention to that. And we can talk about foods when you're eating out. Generally, you have no idea what's being put in food. So the caloric intake is completely different. Getting back to breakfast, I just wanted to answer that question because I saw it. So getting back to other breakfasts, in that smoothie, I love a cup of almond milk. Again, I'm dairy-free. I cut out dairy because I had asthma for most of my life, pretty severe, and I cut out dairy, and I've never had anything since, and it's been 8 years. So I do not subscribe to dairy. And I also, there were another little tidbit. There were 22 different hormones found in common dairy and in milk bought in stores in the United States alone in 2015, a lot of which can contribute to hormone imbalances in women. So just be cautious about the dairy that you drink and where you get it from. I'm not against dairy by any means, but there are better sources to use than others. So getting back to the smoothie recipe, a scoop of protein powder, ice, almond milk, a cup of berries, half a cup of blueberries, half a cup of strawberries. Why do I like berries? Because they're higher in fiber, they're low in sugar. You can have more of them, and they're low in the glycemic index. They also have a high nutritional profile. I'm about eating for beauty. Beautify the inside, beautify the outside. Everything you see, people think I'm 10 years younger, and there's a reason for that. So that's the way that I like to eat. I add in a handful of spinach. You can do it frozen or fresh. Can't even taste it. Add in greens where you can. It's always beautiful. And then I add in superfoods. And that's a whole nother thing that I will get into in the next episode, our next class next week on superfoods and things that will help you to lose weight. But generally I add that in. I add in cinnamon. Cinnamon speeds your metabolism 30 times the amount. I blend, right? Oh, and I add 1/4 of an avocado or coconut oil. Those are my 2 fats that I really love in the morning to put in my smoothies. So I will do that, and that generally is amazing and tides me over. The other thing that I'll substitute in the fall and winter is 1/4 cup of pumpkin in place of the fruit, or 1/2 cup, depending. And that's really, really good. So that's a great smoothie. The other thing that I would say is 1 egg, 3 egg whites, right? For protein. Literally get a bowl, you guys. If you're sitting there going, I don't have time to cook breakfast, I'm getting my kids ready, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm telling you, all the meals that I prepare and everything that I teach people is like 5 minutes and under. You're talking to somebody that lived in New York City and I had like no kitchen, and my clients were all very, high overachievers, a lot of perfectionists, very, very busy women, moms doing a lot, and it's like, how can they take care of themselves? So I come up with different things. Great recipe: 1 egg, 3 egg whites, top it off, add in a little bit of salsa, mix it up. You can put 1/4 of an avocado in that, 1/4 cup of black beans, nuke it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, 30 seconds. You can put the avocado in, or you can top it. It's literally gonna come out almost like an omelet. You just scoop it out. You can put it on a brown rice wrap, or you can have it on its own. Again, put some salsa on there and top it off with a little bit of avocado. And you've got a great omelet. Have 1/2 of a grapefruit with that, or 1/2 of a sweet potato. It's a great breakfast. Or put it in the wrap, right? And you can add spinach to that, any vegetables, grilled peppers and onions, whatever you like. I always have those things on hand from Sunday food prep. So those are great breakfast options. Another great one is plain Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese, 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, container of plain Greek yogurt. Add in frozen or fresh berries, tablespoon of nuts, 1/4 cup of fiber-rich cereal, and you've got your own little fruit parfait. You can pack any of these to go, right? So these are just great, simple things that you can have on hand. I have a ton of recipes. These are just some that I want to give you a handful of, and I want to make sure that we have time for fitness. I want you guys to really understand your portions, and I want you to pay attention. If you are eating more than you're burning, you will not be losing weight. If you are eating more than you're burning, then you will also gain weight. It's very simple. Drink more water, eat till you're hungry, or eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. I know that there is more to this. I know that life gets in the way. The drive-through's calling, the grocery store, you know, you find yourself in the aisle where you're going up and down where the Entenmann's is, or the chips and this and that. I get that there's different triggers, and we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to be going over cravings, right? And superfoods, right? So you have to, that class is definitely do not miss that class, because you're going to want to be on to ask questions. A lot of it's going to pertain to you. So it's really about conquering your cravings, understanding why you have the cravings you do, and how you can get around them. And it's a lot deeper than you think. This isn't just like, I'm going to take all the foods out of my kitchen and then I'm never going to want to eat them. Of course you are. So you actually have to get to why you can't have them in your kitchen, right? And how they became more than just food to you. So we're going to be talking about that. So why I'm really pushing you with portions is we have 4 weeks, right? We did 1 week. We really talked about awareness and implementing the things that we talked about last week. Awareness with food journaling, understanding how you're eating, why you're eating the way that you're eating. Now it's about, okay, we've got to start to shift things and eat in a way to burn fat, right? So I also told you last week, I want you starting off your morning with warm water and lemon, right? I also said that first thing in the morning, I explained why that was good for you. If you, it cleanses your body, it detoxifies your liver, right? It's cleansing your liver. It's enhancing your mood. It helps you with the morning elimination. It should be the first thing that you do. I also talked about the importance of drinking 3 liters to a gallon of water, especially when you want to lose weight. Your body is comprised of water. It needs water to detoxify. You need to be hydrated. This is a single, people can live on water alone for 14 days. 14. There's a reason, okay? So keep going. If you're waking up, we also talked last week about if you're not waking up hungry. We've got to jumpstart that metabolism. Eat within 30 minutes to an hour of waking up and make sure that it's protein. That hands down is what is needed. Yes, you can use lemon essential. To be honest with you, Darla, it's better for you to have a fresh organic lemon, half squeezed. Just get a lemon press. Organic lemons, you guys, the reason why I say this is because many times you're cutting them and slicing them and putting them in your water. That rind, if it was soaking in pesticide, it's going right in your body. That's what we do not want, right? So pay attention to that. Essential oils for water, I really do love, and I'm just going to deviate for a minute. Darla, I do love lemon and grapefruit oil, essential oils, and putting them in your water. They're going to stave off cravings, help to give you energy, and enhance your mood throughout the day. However, first thing in the morning, you want the detoxifying properties of an actual real lemon. That's really, really important, right? Because the citrus, yeah, and there's pectin in the fiber, pectin fiber in the skin of the lemon as well. So there's a lot of great nutrients. Yeah, it's always better if you can. So getting back to eating in a way that's aligned with your body and waking up and recognizing if you're hungry, right? Last week I said to you guys, if you are waking up and you're not hungry, then you ate too much at night, right? You either ate too late or your metabolism is shut down from too much dieting, right? And so we need to jumpstart your metabolism, and the way to do that is by eating first thing in the morning. You can't, it's like having a pet and not feeding it, right? You don't not feed your child, right? You don't not feed your pet or take it for a walk first thing in the morning. Why are you any different? If anything, you should be more important. And I understand I understand for those of you that are like, more important than my child. I'm saying that in order to be the best version of you, you need to be your top priority. And in being a top priority, you then are giving 200% of yourself to everyone around you. And by not taking care of you, you're doing everyone in your life a disservice because they're not getting all of you, right? You're snapping at your husband, you're snapping at your boyfriend, your kids, you're beating yourself up, you're not feeling your best, you're not looking your best, you don't feel as sexy, you don't want to be as intimate, you're going into work, your head's down, you're second guessing yourself, everything is off. When we are our best selves, we bring confidence, right? You are at that place with yourself. So this is what this is about. This 4 weeks to fat loss is not just, okay, eat this way, move this way, get the weight off. I'm not about that. I'm about going, you've got to become the best version of you. You need to be a top priority. If you walk away with anything, I want you eating breakfast in the morning. I want you doing lemon water. I want you more in touch with your hunger. I want you jump-starting your metabolism, and in being connected to you and your body, you will be in a power position to lose weight in a way that you never have been before. And that is what I'd rather gift you with than anything else, because anybody can lose weight in a challenge, and anybody can lose weight in 30 days and 2 weeks of doing this. How do you keep the weight off so that you can stop struggling and stop being here in the space of wanting to be on a diet and feeling wrong and feeling like you failed and not trusting yourself? Because at the end of this, if you don't trust your own voice and your choices, right, then who are you trusting? You've got to trust yourself. You've got to trust your choices with food. You've got to trust your body when it tells you what it wants in terms of fitness. All of those things are super, super important. And if you don't have those, then this is going to feel really hard and be a struggle, okay? So when we're going back and we're looking at foods that fuel you, I really want you to pay attention to, where is your largest meal? Is it breakfast, lunch, or dinner? You should be eating to fuel you at breakfast and lunch. That food should be fueling your day. Dinner should be, I just need something small. Or it should be more of a lighter meal. And I say that because you're going to bed, right? We don't need to eat a lot to go to bed, right? What we need is actually to give our body a break, to give our digestion a break, so that then we can go to sleep and have a restful sleep and wake up refreshed, having digested, empty out in the morning after the lemon water, and then say, body, what do you need? And get recalibrated, right? That's ideally where you want to be. Okay, so let's talk about fitness, right? This is really what we need here. Now I need a sip of water. Okay. So I am going to post some handouts for you guys. So I'm gonna come in a little close for a second. All right. I don't have my trusted team. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm going to put these up. This, ladies, okay. All right, you guys, I want you to click on that link. I want to make sure that you guys see it. It's right there. I just posted it. We're going to open that up. This is your fitness tracker. Okay, does everybody see that? If you do, just make sure to please click on it. All right, so along with your food journal, I want you guys to get that. I want you to print this out for the remainder of this program and beyond. This is yours, it's a gift. And I want you to use it. And I want you to start tracking your fitness. You'll see that you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is customized and something that I created. I want you to write in the time of day that you're working out, the hours of sleep you got the night before, which is really important. You guys, sleep is your best friend. There's a reason why they say sleeping beauty, right? Like, you literally, sleep will help with everything. Stress, weight loss, anti-aging, you name it. It will regulate your hunger levels. It will help with your hormone imbalance. If you have a thyroid issue, sleep is your best friend. If your adrenals are down, sleep is your best friend. I'm telling you, this is really, really important and something that I want you to pay attention to. So make a point of being in that space where you're really taking care of you. And if anything, just say, you know what, I'm committed for the next 3 weeks. I am getting 8 hours of sleep. I'm going to go to bed earlier tonight so I can get up earlier tomorrow. It makes such a difference. Then I want you to write in the type of exercise and the duration. I want you to have a really clear snapshot picture of how much effort you're putting forth so that you can't go, I feel like I've been doing so much, and then you look at the days that you're working out and you realize that you haven't been. And you look at your food journal and you're like, oh my God, I've totally, out of 7 days, I maybe ate in alignment 3 days. Because why? Because this really helps you. Because in our minds, like, I just had a client that said, she was going, you know, Melissa, I feel like I've been doing this and I'm so glad. And she did that smiley face where I told you on the calendar every night that you do well for yourself, put a smiley face there so that you can track your smiley faces so that you can see. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it shows you a snapshot of like, wow, I did great for me for the past 3 days. You feel so, for 3 days, 3 weeks, you feel so proud. But also you'll realize, wow, I've only been really doing this for 3 weeks. Because we have this thing where we do great for like a week. And then we're like, why isn't the 10 pounds off? I'm so this is not working. I'm done. And then we throw our hands up. And once we can see a snapshot, it's like, oh, okay. Wow, I've only been doing this for 3 weeks. 4 weeks for you to notice a difference. 8 weeks for your friends to comment. 12 weeks for the rest of the world. Remember that. Okay? It takes time. You didn't put the weight on overnight. You're not going to take it off overnight. You have to stay consistent and committed to your goals. So again, put these things in. Then you're going to see down here, describe your energy level and your mood. This is also really going to help you guys. If you're struggling, ladies, with hormone, thyroid, you insist that your cortisol levels are off, your moods, your this, your that, having this sheet And I will be selling this as an actual journal. So if you're sitting there going, I really wish this was like an actual journal, that will be happening. So keep an eye out, but it's not going to be for about 3 more months on my site. And you'll get an email about it, but I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, so you're going to describe your energy level and mood. So before your workout, after your workout. It's really important to understand, because if your workouts are exhausting you, then you're doing something wrong. Your workout should energize you. You know, maybe you're working out too hard, maybe you're taxing yourself, maybe you need to eat differently before your workout. All of these things are about connecting to you. You have to be your best friend. And then you'll see that I have water there. Why? Because I talked about earlier. The more that you drink water, the fuller you're going to feel, the better your digestion is going to be, the clearer your skin, and the better you're going to feel. It's also going to help you with your cravings, right? Oftentimes we eat when we're thirsty. So this is your fitness tracker, okay? Awesome. All right. I love this thing. My clients love that thing. Okay, so I'm going to move a little bit more quickly because I want to make sure that you guys get everything here, because I have I did a lot of work for you guys. All right. So you're also going to see I just posted another one. Oh. I'll answer these questions really quick. Ina, no, there's no access to last week's webinar. Access, you guys, I just want to repeat this. The squares under the water section. So Ina, those are for you to mark off how many liters of water you've drank or how many glasses of water, right? So essentially you want to be drinking 3 to 4 of these. This is 1 liter, right? Okay, so no, there is no link to the calls. And the reason being is I put you into action. If you can't watch the replay in 48 hours, then how committed are you? Honestly. So that's what is going on. Oh, Joni. Thank you. Thank you, Joni. All right. So I just posted another link. Hi, Joni. It's one of my loves right there from the team. Okay. So make that record link. Okay, Jay, I don't know what you're saying. Frozen out. Would somebody else please give the fitness record again? Yes, you can scroll through. And you guys, I just want you to know, if you're having a problem with these links, you're going to get an email with the links, right? So you're going to have that. And what I was going to tell you are, no, the webinars are 48 hours access. If you miss this at all, get on it. If you want to watch it again, get on it. You're going to get a replay link tomorrow. You have 48 hours access. That's the way that it's going to be. This program is free right now. It's not going to be free after these few weeks. So that's why I keep saying I'm offering this to you for free. There's a reason. Take advantage of it. You guys are getting a lot because it's going to be a few $100s. All right. So getting back to this. This next link, you're going to see that I posted. Do you guys see that there's another link that was there? I hope that you're seeing it. It's the Fit Tips. So take a minute. If you guys can't open that, that's okay. I want to read through it with you guys because I want to really make sure. Something that I am huge on is something that I'm really huge on is form. It does not matter what exercise you're doing. If your form is off, you will not reap the benefits. There are certain things that need to happen when it comes to your fitness. And that's just the way that it is. I see people make these mistakes all the time. As somebody that was once a trainer, fitness competitor, and have like literally lived in the gym for more than half my life here, I can tell you I see mistakes happen all the time, and it's what's getting in the way of you and your body. There's a few things that I really want you to know. So here's the deal. You guys, I'm not anybody that has a problem with the 48 hours access. I'm sorry. That's the way that the program is structured. So you're on the call now. Take notes and do what you can. Download the call and listen to it when you can, as often as you can. That's the best that I can do, okay? So what I'm going to say is when it comes to fitness, a few things. One, ladies, if you are loving running, I'm going to tell you running does not going to fully reshape your body. To reshape your body, you're going to need weights. Strength training is what reshapes your body. And women fear lifting heavy. And I can tell you that lifting heavy is what's going to bust through fat more quickly. But in order to lift heavy, form is key. So if you have a fear that you're going to bulk up, it's not going to happen. It truly will not happen. What happens is women start to lift heavy before they've lost the fat and before they build enough muscle to break through the fat. And then they get frustrated because they feel that they look bigger when what they really need to do is stick with it and give it a full 2 weeks range to be able to let their body allow for their body actually to transform into the way that it needs to, right? So it's the same thing. If you've ever noticed, if you've ever done a lot of leg exercises and then you go and you're like, I just worked out so hard. Okay, I'm going to put my jeans on and then I'm going to come meet you. And you go and you put those jeans on and they're like, you're like, I don't understand. They just fit me. They were loose yesterday and now today they're tight. What, did I gain weight overnight? No. What you did was you expanded your muscle and your blood vessels. Oxygen is pumping through, right, your body. And can everybody hear me okay? Please write if you can hear me okay. I just saw that there's a problem. I'm going to keep going here. So if for any reason that's happening for you, I want you to stay consistent. I want you to stay committed. It's the same thing. And the reason why I have fitness second instead of starting off the week with, or starting off this program talking about fitness first, like get on your workouts. The reason being is this: people make a mistake all the time. And I see this in diet programs often. The biggest mistake is, thank you guys, the biggest mistake is people will say, they will put you on a program where you're slashing calories and ramping up your workouts, which leaves you insatiably hungry. And when you ramp up your workouts, you're going to want to eat more. In your mind, you also think you burn more calories, so you think you're deserving of more. And you're out of tune. And you also then are telling yourself that you're on a diet. So then you're on a diet, you're hungrier than ever, and you can't stop thinking about food, which is why you're miserable. This is the prime mistake. It's not that hard to lose weight. But what you don't want to do, what I do with my clients first is I get us to a point of connection with your body so that you're naturally eating less, you're connected, we're clearing out processed foods, foods that don't serve you, and replacing it with foods that do, right? You naturally want to do that. Like my clients naturally are doing that on their own. I give them guidance, but they naturally are doing that because it feels so good. And they notice that they don't want the other stuff. So we do it in a way where it's crowding out the crappy food, right? We're leveling off, which means we're naturally cutting calories, right? We're eating less sugar. We're doing just naturally. And then they're eating foods that are more nutrient rich, right? That are more calorie deficient because they don't have this crap. And then they're not as hungry. So then we implement the fitness in a way that's fueled fitness so it feels good for them. And it's sustainable, meaning that it's attainable, sustainable, maintainable, right? So I want to do the same thing with you guys. We talked about food. I want connection. I want to meet you where you're at. When it comes to your workouts, if you're not working out right now, then I want you to start off with 2 days a week for 30 minutes. If you're working out readily, right, often, then I want you to add. So if it's 4 days, I want you to do 5 days. If it's 5 days, then I want you to either add a day or add more time. I also want you to pay attention to variety. This is another mistake that I see often. You need to have variety in your workouts. Your body gets used to anything, just like your body gets used to the same foods. We want variety. What are the workouts and different things that you can do? You want to pay attention to that, right? So your body will get used to something. You always want to say, okay, where can I up the intensity? Where can I add the length, right? Where can I lift heavier or do more reps? Can I go faster than I did yesterday? You are your own competition. Be your best friend. Be your top competitor. Make your mantra, I will be better than I was yesterday. That is you are the only person that matters, and your opinion of yourself is the only one that matters. Make your opinion an absolutely loving, hell yes, I'm so proud of me. Because you should be, and you should feel that way all the time, right? So another mistake that I see women make often, when I was talking about running earlier, if you're just a runner, you guys add in strength training. Running also flattens your butt. And what women want is a perky butt. We want a nice lifted Brazilian booty, right? Like this great, and the biggest thing that I see mistake-wise are women on their toes. They're on the elliptical machine and they're on their toes. They're running, they're on their toes. They're on the stepper, they're on their toes. They're walking, they're on their toes. I am telling you, if you want to define your butt and your thighs, build up your hamstrings and work your glutes. We don't need to work our quads, right? If you're on an elliptical machine, make sure that you go forward just as much as you go backwards, right? Put that thing on an incline and push that booty back. Keep that core tight, keep your chest lifted, and move those arms. The more that you do anything as a full body workout, the more calories you're burning. Everything, oh good, okay, Pat, it's okay, you're gonna get the replay. You didn't miss much. Trust me. So, I mean, you maybe missed some really good nuggets, but you'll get the replay. So here's the thing. You wanna do full body movements. Just think about this. The more you're moving, the more body parts you're moving, right? Even me right now, the more calories you're gonna burn. I don't care if you're running around and jumping up and down. I take an African dance class. I was saying this to a client earlier. Take an African dance class. I have no idea what I do in this class, but I jump around with no shoes on and my hair is all over and I listen to drums and I do a lot of this and I have the time of my life. And I think the instructor literally looks at me. It's like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're like, I'm like this. Right? I love that class. And there's a reason. I'm just moving like a maniac, right? Find things that you enjoy. So we've talked about a lot here, so I'm just gonna recap. Lift heavy, stay consistent and committed, push through your heels, work on your hamstrings. If you're moving forward, move backwards just as much. Put things on an incline. Your core should always be engaged. Your arms should always be moving, right? Chest should always be lifted. None of this. I always see this. I see people do this all the time. None of this, right? Shoulders down, chest lifted, see? Right? We define our muscles that way, right? It's very, very important. And I have for you great ab exercises and great workouts for you that you can do anywhere. So we'll be posting those, but I want to keep going with some of these. So when I'm talking with you about your foot, you want to push through that heel. You want to feel it in your butt. You want to feel it in your inner thigh. You want to feel it, oh good, Pat. You want to feel it in your adductor, right? Your abductor, your adductor. That is what you want. You guys, your core should, when I say your core should always be engaged, I mean, stop letting the bellies hang low. I see this often with women. They're in there, they're lifting, and their bellies are just hanging. They're running, and the belly's hanging. Your core should be tight all the time. It should be that I could punch it, and that it's tight. Not sucking in, there's a difference. Sucking in, it's still flabby. Tight, like someone's gonna punch you. Do that right now with me. Like I want you to sit there and think, okay, I'm gonna punch you, and make that stomach muscle tight. Okay, that is when your core is tight. Your core should always be engaged. Truly and honestly, if your core was always engaged in everything you did, you really don't need to do sit-ups. The problem is that most women don't, and they sit like this and they're hunched over and the belly's hanging and it's not tight and they're not straight and they're leaning forward. When you are on any sort of equipment or doing anything, we don't lean forward. You lean straight. Your back is like this, right? We're straight, our shoulders are back. You're in alignment, okay? Next, and I really want, the foot, if you're like an elliptical lover, a lover of the elliptical machine, all of those things, keep your foot flat and you're gonna notice a big time difference. Get those arms moving and stand up straight. Really pay attention if you're leaning forward, you will notice a huge difference. Okay, so going into this, form is everything. Like I said, you're not gonna get your desired results. If not, keep your eyes level. It's important that you don't look down. If you're doing push-ups, you always look in front of you, not down. If you're doing deadlifts, if you're doing anything else, right? You don't look up at yourself in the mirror during a full movement. You want to keep your spine and head aligned. Mirrors are key. So try to find a mirror to review your form. This is also a way to honor yourself and progress. Say loving words. When you're working out, say things like, I'm enough, I'm deserving, I'm worthy, I'm more than enough, I've got this, I'm losing weight as we speak, right? Say those things. Imagine your body busting through the fat. Imagine that with every run, with every arm movement, fat is peeling off your stomach. It is falling off your thighs. See your body getting stronger, getting more ripped. Be in that space. It is so important to have the mind-body connection, to have that visualization. Get empowered. Fitness is you time, right? The knee test, always, 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 always. I love me some knees and squats, but you cannot do the following workouts that I have for you if you don't read this sheet, right? The knee test, you should never have your knees go over the front of your toes. Keep knees soft and watch your form, always. Knees should never go over the front of your toes, ever. Walking lunges, squats, anything. Push through your heels 90% of the time. Your weight should be in your heels, not on the balls of your feet, especially when doing cardio and strength training. Always keep your core tight. We talked about this. We don't want to create air bubbles. That happens. Another thing you want to make sure of is make sure you're breathing. If you are holding your breath, you are creating an air bubble in your stomach. Keep your back straight, keep your shoulders down. Stand straight when you're doing lunges, lifting, cardio. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Your chest lifted. This is key. People often don't do this, and it is so vital to protecting your back, to your spine, and for you to actually get the gains that you want in doing the weight loss that you're doing, right? In doing the weight loss and doing the training that you're doing. All right, does this make sense to everybody? Okay, just post any questions if you have any questions. Next, we are going to go on, and I realize the time, so I'm gonna try to move a little bit more quickly here because I did want to allow for questions. Okay. This is your, if you guys just saw, oh, thank you, Tara. Okay, I'm so glad. All right. Oh, I hit myself in the eye this week. Right? Catnip straight to the eye. So if you guys were wondering, it's not mascara. I wish it was. It's a little bruise. Okay, so open up that link. This is your hot body. It's a hot body workout. Okay, I'm like a speed demon right now going through these things. So I wanna make sure. So, okay, I just wanna preface, I'm not a physician. So therefore, previous injuries, conditions, and concerns for your body, right? These are things you need to be aware of and take into account during this program. I am not aware of what those are, right? You need to know. I do not want you doing anything that is going to cause harm to your body or anything that a physician or a physical or a personal trainer or anyone has advised you not to do, right? These are just some suggestions for workouts. One thing, always ask trainers in your gym to help you and utilize them, right? So utilize them and they're there for you and for support. Cardio, always perform if you can. Cardio 5 to 6 days per week for 45 minutes. So I want you guys to know that that's if you're in a space of already being in a place of working out consistently that much, right? So please work up to this if you're unable to do this amount of time. Fat burning cardio is when you are pushing yourself. You should not be able to carry on a conversation, and breathing should be labored. Below are suggestions for a circuit workout and ab routine. The goal is to do 3 circuits, you guys. So that's complete 1 circuit, wait 1 minute or 30 seconds, depending on where you're at in your fitness level, do the next one. And if you can, do a third. Do this circuit training 2 to 3 days a week on non-consecutive days. Do cardio on alternating days or in conjunction with exercises. This is only if you're at this fitness level. It's best to do cardio after weight training to conserve energy. Always, always, always warm up for 5 minutes and stretch after a workout. It's ideal to eat within 30 minutes of weight training to maximize results. This is when you have protein powder, right? This is when you replenish your glycogen stores with fruit. This is why like chocolate milk is like Olympic athletes love chocolate milk after a workout. It's like the #1 post-workout snack. Pay attention to your form. Keep your core tight. Never let your knees go over the front of your toes. Keep your back straight, knees slightly bent. All the things that we just went through. A circuit workout, depending on how you feel, 2 to 3 circuits. You're doing a squat with a bicep curl and overhead press, right? So you guys honestly can Google any of these images. If you have any questions for what they are, literally just put in squat with bicep curl and overhead press and it will pop up. Or separate squat with bicep curl and do an overhead press. What it essentially looks like, you are doing a regular squat with your feet shoulder width apart, facing forward, arms down by your side, holding weights. It's up to you for what amount of weight you can handle. 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 3 pounds, 20 pounds. It's up to you. I don't know your fitness level. You literally have your arms down, they go up, overhead press, down and down. Up, overhead press, down, down. Sorry, I did it right the second time. Isn't it good that I did that mistake here? So again, palms are down, they're facing up, bicep curl, turn, overhead press, down, turn, down, right? And you're doing that, you squat, bicep curl, overhead press, down, down, squat, then come up, bicep curl, overhead press. Walking lunges. You can do these with weights or without weights. If you're doing it with weights, hold 2 weights in your side and do walking lunges. Remember, don't put your knee over your toes, back straight, walking. That's it. You're gonna do 4 times 10. You're gonna go down 10, back 10, down 10, back 10, right? Sumo squats. Sumo squats, think of ballet in second position. Feet are out, right? 45-degree angle. Again, you want them wide. Your knees should not go over your toes, and you go straight up and down. You're doing 3 sets of 12, right? You want to hold a weight. If you want to make it harder, you can hold 1 weight right here and squat down and come up. Most importantly, you push through your heels. You are not on the front of your toes. You push through your heels, core is tight, and when you come up, you squeeze that tushy, ladies. You squeeze it, because that squeeze at the top is what is going to cinch in your booty. That is the magic. It is not rushing through these. It is cinching that booty and keeping that core tight. Front raise with back opposing leg is literally 2 arms up, right, with weights. Again, pick the weights that you want. This is a front raise with a back leg kick. So you're going to do 12 on one leg and 12 on the other, right? And you can see, you guys, I put together, this is more of a challenging workout. So if you can only do 1 circuit, do 1 circuit. But it's front raise, back, front raise and opposing leg kick to the back. Then you're going to see a side raise, kick, and you kick at the same time with your 1 leg out, right? So side raise with your arms, both at the same time, 1 leg is kicking out, right? Again, you can easily Google these and they will come up. A bent over row. You are taking both of your weights in your hands and you are bending over. Your back is straight. You're in about a 45-degree facing the ground. right? 45 to 90, depending on how strong you are. You are literally taking those weights, and I want you to see, you're gonna take those weights, bending over, you pull them back, your elbows are in tight. Extend out, pull back, elbows in tight. Chest is lifted, you're looking straight, core is tight. That is a bent over row. You should be cinching, right? You're cinching your shoulder blades. It should be coming back, and you should feel that. It's not out here. You're not doing part way. We're not, none of that. Back straight, and you do. And how you'll know if it's too much weight, you won't be able to complete the number of reps. You want to push yourself so that it's challenging, but you never, ever compromise your form. Never. Disclaimer, never. Okay? Tricep kickback. It's simply, you can stay in that same position as the bent over row, which is just bent over like this, and you take your tricep and you're just going like this. You're keeping your shoulder in, down, elbow in by your side, tricep kickback, both at the same time. Butt thrusts. I love me some butt thrusts. I love them. I like anything that works the butt. Anything that works, my butt, my thigh, I like it. I like it all. I'm gonna be honest. Butt thrusts. You lay on the ground. You're gonna lay on your back. You're gonna have your feet up. Feet are gonna be flat on the floor, and you're gonna push your hips up like a bridge. And you're gonna thrust up, and you're gonna hold it there, and you cinch those butt cheeks really tight, ladies. Cinch them, cinch them, cinch them. Drop it down. Just let it skim the ground. Push it back up, and you cinch, cinch, cinch. Drop it down, right? And you're gonna do 3 sets of 10. Okay. Abs, bicycles. We know what bicycles are. You're alternating, and you're bringing your knees in. Very simple. Again, you can Google that. It's like an age-old exercise. Why do I love bicycles? Because it is a full abdomen workout. You will love it. I know that we've gone over, so stay with me here. We've got one more workout. Bicycles, you know what to do. Again, I want you doing, when you're going over, your elbow is meeting your knee, right? We're not pulling, you're not tugging on your neck. There's an orange, an apple, a tennis ball in between your chin and your chest. And you are going over, and you are breathing, ladies. We breathe. There is power in your breath, always. That is the #1 most powerful thing that we have, that breath of ours. It will do wonders. Connect with it. Planks, you know what planks are. Get on the forearms and hold that body. Don't let your back dip. Don't let your booty, don't have your booty like this. We're not looking, no. Don't cheat yourselves. The only person that you're cheating is you. Keep your back straight. Can we tell them like a drill sergeant when you work out with me? I'm like, the only person you're cheating is you. All right? You want to keep your back straight. I'm very big on form. Back is straight. Don't let that booty sag. You want to keep it up there. Hold it for as long as you can. Do 30 seconds and work yourself up to 1 minute if you need to. Leg raises I love because women, our strongest area is, our weakest area is our lower abdomen. Lay on your back. Arms out by your side. You're gonna lower your legs down like this. You're gonna let them slowly go down, keeping the small of your back on the ground. Small of your back is on the ground. Arms out by your side. Lower your legs as low as you can go without your back coming off the ground. And then you lift. You do not rush through these, right? That is your ab workout, right? You're gonna, again, do your ab workout, do those 3 exercises back to back. You will be dying in a good way. It will be like that, like it hurts so much in a beautiful way, right? Okay, and the last one that I have for you is, oh shoot, wait, I opened up the wrong thing. Okay, this is, I love this one. This is like my fit on the go. And I love this because you can literally do this anywhere, and this is for everybody, and there's no equipment required. So click on that link. And my computer's taking a minute. All right, you guys, fit on the go, no equipment required. You're gonna do 10 jumping jacks, 10 push-ups, 10 prisoner squats, arms behind the head, feet shoulder width apart, straight in front of you. Go back, push that booty back. Don't let your toes go over, don't let your knees go over your toes. And you're gonna push back, and you're gonna cinch that booty when you come up. 10 reverse lunges. That's 10 on each leg, right? You're reversing back. Back is straight, core is tight. You're going back. 10 calf raises. Why calf raises? Don't ignore your calves, ladies. This is about symmetry. We work the entire body. We're not just working to do one area. We want overall fat loss and overall success. You want to know what you're doing, and you want to feel great and look sexy in every area. There's nothing better than building up beautiful legs by working on your calves. 10 calf raises. That's all you do. Hold on to something or balance on your own. You're going to raise on your tippy toes as high as you can. You squeeze your thighs tight. Get that booty tight, and then you lower. And then you go up again, and then you lower. Abs, you do bicycles, and then you do 10 Supermans. What are 10 Supermans? You lay on the front of your stomach. You lay on your front. You lift your arms and legs off the ground at the same time. You tighten up everything. Cinch that booty again. Come up as high as you can, and then you lower back down. You do that circuit 3 times. Do it with no rest. You can do this at home. You can do this in a hotel room. You can do this when you're traveling. You can do this when you're sitting there going, I have no time for a workout. You can do this workout 1 time through, and it will take you, honestly, if you do it right, it will take you about 5 minutes, depending on how quickly you go. All in all, doing 3 circuits, you're done this in 20 minutes, 15, depending on how quick you are. And I'm telling you right now that you will reap the benefits. If this is all that you can do, then get it in and get it done. And you will be really proud of yourself. So I want to just make sure, do you guys have any questions? I know that I just went through a lot. Let me know what questions you have, and I'm happy to answer them. You can just post them. And I also want to know, was this helpful? Was this a good class and good use of your time? Okay. I really hope you guys can still hear me and see me. I don't see any questions. Joni, can you still see me okay? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. What I want to tell you guys, and I said this to the people that were on the call last week, and I'm going to say it to you. I am about rewarding action with gifts, if we haven't noticed. I like to give, and I'm here to support you. What will make me so happy is to hear from you in 4 weeks that you lost weight and made these different changes in your body that will forever change your body and your life. That is why I'm here. That is why I do this work. What I have done for you to support you further is I have opened up, I'm so glad, I've opened up 6 spots in my schedule. There are 6 spots. It's, I believe, and I think there's spots on Friday and Sunday. That is literally all the time that I have. If you want them and you are committed and need help, I am telling you that I am here to support you. So I am there for you. I'm going to post this link right now. Those of you that are serious and are wanting support, and by serious, what I mean is you're sitting there going, I'm really ready to get this weight off, and I need some help in creating a plan. I need to know why I'm stuck. I need to know, I need some help with this. I want to create healthier meals. I need some options or have some questions. This session's for you. It's 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute session. I am dedicated to helping you, to supporting you. And like I said, I want to reward action. You took your time tonight. Those of you in other countries, those of you on the East Coast, I get how late it is. And those of you on the West Coast, this is your dinner time. So I will answer questions. If you guys want a session with me, grab that link right there before an email goes out to the few hundred people that are registered for tonight's call, because you guys can see there were 34 people on the call, right? There were 340 that registered. So that shows me that you guys are really, really here for a reason and that you're wanting support. Summer's around the corner. This is the time. March is like the busiest season in the gym. There's a reason, because everyone starts to recognize that summer's coming and they want to feel good and they don't want to have to feel the way that they felt before. They put on some winter weight, other things of that nature. This is your opportunity, right? I have no more spots for private coaching, and this is free coaching for you. So if you want it, get on there now. There is going to be a link that's going to be emailed out. So there's only 6 spots. All right. I've said my piece. You know who you are. If you want it, it's yours. And if you don't, then that's okay too. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. So Mary, oh, thank you so much, Deb. Okay, Mary, I eat protein, vegetables, and a small amount of fat and a low GI, low glycemic index carb, but I still find myself craving sweets, my weakness. How do I deal with this? So Mary, you want to be on next week's call. That's how you're going to deal with it. We're going to be going through conquering cravings all together. It's not something that I can answer right now. What I want to ask you is, are you satisfied? Ask yourself this. 1, are you eating enough protein? Generally, if we're not eating enough protein or fat, then we crave sweets. The other thing that I want to say is look at the meal that you just had and ask yourself, was it a satisfying meal or was it a diet-approved meal? You know what I mean by that, right? The next thing that I want to ask you is, did the meal that you just have a lot of sugar in it? Sugary sauces, right? Other things of that nature, because if so, it's going to leave you wanting more sugar. Also, if the meal was highly salty, then our body wants to balance it, offset that, right, with something sweet. So pay attention to that. Great things to help with sweet cravings: have mint tea, cinnamon tea, have almond milk with a sprinkle of cinnamon warm. Green tea is great as well. That will really make a difference. That really helps to curb cravings. Also use grapefruit oil in your water. That helps to stave off cravings as well. Ina, if you work out first thing in the morning, is it okay to eat after your workout around 10? Ina, that depends on when you're waking up. If you're waking up at 6 in the morning and you're not eating until 10, then that's a problem, because you're not fueling yourself for a workout. So you're shutting down your metabolism, and then your body is going to eat the muscle instead of eating the fat, right? Great, Mary, I'm so glad. And I'm glad to see, I'll see you next week. Darla, if you're not working out right now, should I do 1 cardio and 1 weight workout to start my 2 times a week? Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Just the whole point is to start and stay consistent. Do 2 days for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll add in more. Okay, girl? All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Breakfast before or after your workout, Kim, that's up to you and how you feel, and it depends on the length of your workout. If you're not able to get through your workouts, then you need to eat something. Also, if your workout, if you're getting up at 6 and you're not working out until 8, then I would say have something. If you're getting up and say you get up at 6 and you're working out by 6:30, then you know what, you might just want to have a small bite of some fruit, right? Or half of a yogurt or something of that nature, just to put in your stomach. Or even just have some BCAAs in your water, which are branched chain amino acids, which have protein in them that help fuel you in your workouts. If I'm not working out now, should I do any cardio and 1-day weights? Darla, I already answered that. Thank you, Olga. Ellen, you're awesome. Terry, you're incredible. I love you guys too. Let me see if any other questions came in. All right, you guys, do you have any other questions before I sign off? I'm gonna wait because I know there's a delay. Do you like how I just sit here and make faces? I'm like, okay, you got it, Robin. If there are no other questions, then ladies, thank you for an amazing night. I want to thank you for being here with me. Get ready next week, Conquering Your Cravings. Superfoods for fat loss, right? We're bringing that on. And I'm just really excited to be with you. And thank you so much for being here for yourselves and showing up for you. That's what this is all about. So I'm super proud of you. You guys are doing fantastic. Keep it up. Keep it up. You have this replay for 48 hours. You'll get it tomorrow. Remember, once you get it, 48 hours. It's to put you into action. For those of you whose schedules don't work, I apologize. This is how it's already structured, and this is what I committed to, and I follow through on all of my commitments. So, all right, you guys, have a beautiful night. Thank you so much. I absolutely love you, and remember, why be fine when you deserve fabulous? All right? Get out there, make tomorrow magical, and make tonight even more special. Go to bed with an intention that tomorrow is going to be incredible. Rock your workouts. Remember what we talked about, and you can do this. I'm here. I believe in you, and I can't wait to see where you'll be in the next few weeks. All right, I'll see you then.